Welcome everyone back to Lambert Plains. This is episode 3, and we've got an exciting episode for you today, all of you listeners out there. It is going to be a great one because we're going to touch on 2 different groups here at Lambert High School. First of all, I'm excited because yesterday was a big event. Okay, we had the first state champion of our esports competition. And I've got one of the coaches here with me today, Coach and Dr. Michelle Myers. Dr. Myers, welcome today.
Thank you.
And if you don't mind, give us a little background to the season, a little bit about our esports run for the championship this year.
Well, the team worked really, really hard to create a cohesive unit, get their battle plan together, and to go in for League of Legends and, try to take the win. That's
Now,
really
League of Legends is the game they played for the championship?
Exactly, and it's the first game that the Play VS for Georgia High School Sports Association made available, and it was season 0, so everything was sort of a beta test, and, they were just trying to get it together and see how everything was going to work. We had a great season, and the kids worked really hard, but in the end, they just couldn't quite pull it out.
And we lost to an undefeated team out of South Georgia. They were tough, and I say they were because I went down with our athletic director, Coach Ferrer, and our principal, Dr. Davison. We came down with a group and cheered us on, but the kids still, we got after it. We competed.
We did, and we were really, really close. But sometimes, when they have the elimination for the different characters in the game, it can just change the dynamic. And I think that's what happened for us.
And I think esports is going to be a sport that's it's going to blow up here because so many kids, so many students are involved in gaming nowadays. I mean, it's a big deal of all ages through the collegiate level as well.
Oh, yeah, they're starting to do scholarships for gaming now, and there's a lot of competition out there. So it's definitely going to grow.
So for everybody out there, if you have a son or daughter who's into e-gaming, don't hold them back. We have that here at Lambert, just like all of our other sports and clubs and activities. So the esports team, you want to be a part of it. They were just state runner-up. They brought home the hardware, and now we're going for the big state championship, hopefully with the second season, which begins soon.
February 8th.
Wow. Turn it right around, Coach.
So tryouts are going to be starting February 8th. We're going to have some informational meetings, so the kids should come out. We've got 2 other games that we're adding, Rocket League and Smite, so it's opening up the field a little bit. And February 28th, the competition begins.
Holy cow, that's unbelievable. Well, I mean, they turn it right around. I mean, I know you have no rest because I'm here with you. You have another co-sponsor, a couple of co-sponsors. We have another co-sponsor here with you today because not only are you involved in e-gaming, but you're also a sponsor along with Coach Candela. Welcome today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And Coach, you're along with Dr. Myers. You both are sponsors of our amazing Beta Club, Beta organization. Tell us a little bit about Beta, Coach.
So Beta Club is the largest club at Lambert. We have about 800 members.
Holy cow.
I think we have the largest beta in the Southeast.
We do,
Yes.
yeah. So when we show out to state convention, we bring a squad with us. So basically Beta Club is a community service-based honor society. So you have to have a GPA of, I want to say 3.7.
3.7. Okay, well, I'm thinking back to my high school days, 3.7. Yeah, I think I might have been able to sneak in the back door easily, but barely into that one, so that's a good thing.
Well, and here at Lambert, with everybody has such a stellar GPA, it's easy to recruit kids and get them involved. But yeah, throughout the whole year, we do community service. From tutoring and the trash gobblers during the day. We've worked with Forsyth County Animal Shelter. We've done book drives. We've done Treat for Troops. So we try to get involved with as many community service opportunities as possible.
Now, most recently, you guys just came back from the big convention. I mean, the competition. I mean, you're just like the esports team. You brought it with Beta. Tell me about that competition. What happened? Tell me about the big convention.
So every year in January, we have our state convention, which is held in Savannah, and we compete against all the other Beta clubs throughout Georgia. So we sign up for academic competitions, community service-based competitions. We do things like engineering, robotics, marketing, and advertising. So really there's a competition for whatever your niche is, and we try to get as many kids involved in that as possible.
So speaking of kids who are involved, let me tell you, 800 students, biggest in the Southeast. Of course, Lambert, we have to have the president, obviously, of all of Beta. Yes, she ran for it, and she got it. She is next year's president. We want to welcome Miss Vivian Sue. Welcome today to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I am so excited. You are so next year you're the president of Beta for the state.
Yes.
What prompted you to want to run for this position?
I think it was just encouragement from Moses and Candela, and just because that I saw that we were so involved in Lambert, and I know we were really involved in the state, and then Erica Hong, who's our state president now, is also from Lambert, so I thought it was like a good opportunity for me to go after it as well.
So you're saying we're going back to back with presidents?
Yes.
I feel like we're the Patriots. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen Sunday, but I mean, this is unbelievable. So when you went, by the way, the Patriots, in case that's a football team.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, just make sure. All right, so tell me about your decision to run, about your speech a little bit, and how it felt when you found out that you were elected as the president next year.
So my decision to run, it wasn't really anything that I thought too hardly about. It was just something that I knew that I wanted to do, but I didn't really settle in my mind that it was happening until December, and we knew that the convention was happening in January, and then I started getting my stuff together. And what we had to do was give a 2-minute speech, and then we had a 1-minute skit that I wasn't involved in, but it was Lambert people doing it for me on stage.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then I had to do a 30-second question and answer. So my speech was about an experience I had in China with a lady that I met who ran an orphanage, and because Beta is all about service, and I really wanted to talk about the power of service. So I talked about my experience with her and how she was able to take these kids in and give them a better life, and that was the power of service. So that was what my speech was about. And then we had a skit that was organized by Jade Smith, who we called the captain of my campaign team.
Love it.
And she did a song. So the popular song that came out was Thank You Next. So we changed the words to Vote Viv for Prez. And we had 25 kids on stage. We had Tyler Murphy holding my head up on a poster.
Yes.
Oh, so one of those fat heads.
Yes.
Not to be offensive, not fat
No.
head, but it's called a fat head, just so you know. Okay, all right, so you had a
And
fat
then
head.
They were dancing with those around, and then after that I went on stage to answer my question, which was teamwork makes the dream work. Talk about a time that you worked as a team. So I was scrambling for an answer because I was paying attention to the skit and not trying to figure out my answer. But then I was I just talked about working with Lambert and then having all of them support me to get to convention, because it was my first time there and I didn't really know what was happening, but I really felt the support, and they were front row through it all. So
That is so awesome. And sponsors, let me say, I mean, as teachers here, as sponsors here, as coaches here, that is to me the essence of Lambert. Teamwork makes the dream work. Talk to me a little bit about that feel here at Lambert.
Well, I will say that, like she said, coming out for Beta Club and watching the kids support her, they did a fabulous job. Lambert blew the other schools out of the water. I mean, far and above everything else that we saw down there.
Yeah, and we actually they do a competition for the best campaign skit, and we took first place, and it wasn't even close. The other ones, it was
They didn't even
kind of rough.
compare.
we didn't know it was a competition either. I think Moses told us two seconds before they went on stage, oh, by the way, this is a competition. And they're well, no one told us that. But then we won. So
Right.
that was amazing.
And we won because the students here support each other and they rally together and they are all about making Lambert the best.
Well, I like to always say that, and I know we may sound a little full of ourselves, but we're Lambert and we're proud of it. And I always say we get that Longhorn pride, and I say that I'd rather be the group or the individual that's got the target on the back than the one that's shooting the arrows. So we'll take the target,
Right.
Coach.
Yeah, and part of what was cool about the whole experience was, we simply had a meeting back in December when kids are getting ready for midterms and there's all that stress, and we said, look, we need to put together a campaign skit. Who wants to help out? And we just had a ton of volunteers come out, and while kids are studying for midterms, I'd walk downstairs in the hallway and they're singing Ariana Grande songs and practicing dance moves while getting ready for midterms. So I think it's just part of that Lambert culture where, if something needs to be done, people will jump in and do it, and you don't have to single kids out to get them to do stuff. Everybody wants to participate and be a part of something bigger than themselves, which is awesome.
I agree. And now, so what's next for Beta? What's next on the docket for Beta? I know you're catching your breath as far as We just won all these awards. We got the president of everything over here. And is there something that goes on in the spring, or is it just testing time and you ease on out of the year? Is there anything else that comes up the rest of the year?
Well, now we need to go to nationals, so hopefully we can take national president and all of the awards that come with going to compete at nationals.
Phenomenal. And where's nationals held?
It's going to be in
Oklahoma
June?
City
Okay,
this year.
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. Is that during the school years or over the summer?
It's in mid-June.
So over the summer. That's
Yes.
awesome. That's going to be
Yeah.
incredible. What a great trip. That's exciting. We may even have you back for another Lambert Plains episode to report on our championship for the Nationals. But listen, it's been great talking to y'all. For all of our new ninth graders possibly next year and any of our middle schoolers that are listening to this, if anybody wants to be a part of Beta, I know you have to have the 3.7. How does it work? I'm coming to Lambert, or I'm a new student, or even I'm in Lambert right now, and I get that GPA to that 3.7. How do I become part of Beta?
So your sophomore year, you'll get an invitation that'll basically say, hey, you've been selected as a potential Beta Club member. And then from there, as long as you get the signatures from parents and teachers, you can be a part of Beta. And then we do have a community service requirement. So we do 20 hours of community service throughout the year. As long as you can maintain that as well as the GPA, you're a part of Lambert Beta, and you can potentially run for president or vice president or secretary or any of the other officer positions that we have here at Lambert.
That is awesome. Well, Dr. Myers, I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Good luck with esports
Thank you.
season 2.
Right.
All right, or season 1, because that was
Season
the
1
zero
still,
season.
right,
That's right.
yes.
Okay. Coach Candela, good luck with Beta and with baseball this year.
Thank
okay,
you.
we know you're coaching baseball, and of course, the one, the only president, Vivian Sue. We want to wish you nothing but the best as our student leader, our liaison, and the president of Beta for next year. Thank you, Vivian Sue.
Thank you for having me.
And we are Desert Plains, episode 3. We'll see you for episode 4. Hook 'em horns.